3:30 a.m. Gulf of Aden, September 16, 2025. Darkness blanketed the sea. The USNS Guadalupe, a Navy fleet oiler carrying over 8.2 million gallons of JP-5 jet fuel, cut silently through the waters 120 nautical miles northeast of Somalia. Its mission was critical: refuel a nearby carrier strike group and keep America's power projection alive in the region. But something stirred on the radar. On the USS Laboon, the Arleigh Burke-class destroyer escorting the tanker, operators saw 30 small blips moving fast. At first, they thought it was fishing boats. Within minutes, the truth was clear. 30 high-speed skiffs converging, carrying an estimated 250 pirates armed with RPG-7s, DSAK heavy machine guns, and AK-47 rifles. This is not a ransom raid, one intelligence officer muttered. This is war, claimed by source. Analysts later tied the attack to Khalid Qadar Abdul Rahman, a Somali warlord who allegedly spent over $40 million arming his militia. This claim remains unverified by U.S. intelligence, but open-source reports cite ransom money and black market arms deals as funding sources. 3:45 a.m. Battle stations. Captain Michael Harris of the Laboon sounded general quarters. Red lights flashed, klaxons blared. Every sailor scrambled to position. Gunners manned their .50 caliber mounts as the destroyer positioned itself between the pirates and the tanker. At 3:55 a.m., the pirates opened fire. RPG-7 rockets streaked through the night. One slammed into the tanker's stern superstructure, starting a small fire. Crew raced to contain it. If a rocket hit the main fuel tanks, the explosion would rival 30,000 pounds of TNT, visible for miles. The first wave of pirates closed to within 500 yards, spraying machine gun fire. Bullets pinged off the destroyer's hull. One RPG missed the bridge by just 8 feet, shattering a window and wounding 4 sailors with glass. Another tore across the deck, injuring 2 gunners but leaving them fighting. 4:05 a.m. U.S. Navy opens fire. Then came the reply. The Laboon's Menk 38 25mm chain guns barked, ripping through the first line of skiffs. 50 caliber machine guns tore wooden boats apart, leaving flaming wreckage bobbing in the waves. Reinforcements arrived. The Ticonderoga-class cruiser USS Cape St. George, 5 nautical miles to the south, raced into the fight. Its phalanx CIWS spun up, unleashing 4,500 rounds in minutes. The sea became a firestorm. By 4:30 a.m., 9 pirate skiffs were sunk, killing at least 70 militants. Still, over 20 boats pressed forward, some attempting to ram the tanker. The water was a killing zone, yet the pirates seemed willing to die to board the ship. Unverified. Some reports claim the pirates had backing from a foreign intelligence network supplying them with Chinese-made heavy weapons. The Pentagon has neither confirmed nor denied these reports, but analysts believe such an operation would require significant external funding. 4:45 a.m. Close quarters chaos. Another RPG exploded just 200 yards off the destroyer's port side, its shockwave rattling the bridge. The sea reeked of smoke and fuel. The Laboon's damage control teams worked non-stop, extinguishing fires and patching shrapnel holes even as gunners kept firing. Despite being outnumbered 10-1, the Americans held their ground. By dawn, 70 pirates were dead or wounded. 9 U.S. sailors were injured, 2 seriously, and still, 180 pirates remained, regrouping for another assault. Captain Harris knew brute force would not be enough. He keyed his radio. Request reinforcements. Prepare counter-strike. 5:10 a.m. The call for reinforcements. At Camp Lemonnier, Djibouti, the U.S. military's only permanent base in Africa. Alarms rang. Orders went out. Deploy MQ-9 Reaper drones for real-time surveillance. Prepare a Special Forces strike package. 3 CH-47 Chinook helicopters spun up their rotors, each carrying 40 elite U.S. Navy SEALs loaded with suppressed carbines, explosives, and thermal optics. They would not just defend, they would take the fight to the pirates. On 6 a.m., drone reconnaissance, MQ-9 Reaper feeds revealed the pirates' base, a fortified compound near Barawa, Somalia. Intelligence showed 15 tons of weapons, 200 RPG launchers, and fuel depots stacked for future attacks. This ends today, Harris ordered. 6:30 a.m. Shore bombardment. From the sea, the Laboon opened up with its 5-inch gun. Shells landed with pinpoint precision, hitting a fuel depot on the beach. A massive fireball lit the coast as 40,000 gallons of diesel ignited. Then came the strike. 3 CH-47s thundered in low, SEAL teams fast roping into position under the cover of 3 AH-64E Apache gunships, The Apaches raked pirate trucks with 30mm cannon fire and launched AGM-114 Hellfire missiles, shattering vehicles and defensive positions. 7 a.m. The Compound Fall SEALs breached the first warehouse, uncovering Chinese-made assault rifles and Iranian mortars, proof of external supply chains fueling Somali piracy. 6 hostages, including 2 American merchant sailors, were rescued from a back room. The pirates counterattacked fiercely, RPGs exploding around the compound. A DSHK heavy machine gun pinned one SEAL team until an Apache silenced it with a Hellfire strike. By 7:45 a.m., the fight was over. 90 pirates were dead, 60 captured, and the weapons depot destroyed in a controlled detonation that shook the ground for miles. 8:30 a.m. Strategic shockwaves. Intelligence gathered from laptops and documents revealed $50 million in bank transfers linking the pirate network to financiers in Yemen and Iran. This discovery changed the narrative. Somali piracy was no longer just local crime. It was part of a larger covert war on global trade. By 4:30 p.m., the Gulf of Aden was quiet again. The Guadalupe remained afloat, its cargo intact. In total, over 180 pirates were killed, 150 captured, and 12 warehouses destroyed. Washington released high-definition drone footage showing precision strikes and hostage rescues, framing the battle as both justice and deterrence. Attack an American ship, and the response will not stop at sea. It will find you on land, dismantle your networks, and erase your war chest. As the sun set over the Indian Ocean, one question lingered. If 250 pirates could nearly destroy a U.S. Navy tanker, what happens when the next threat comes with state backing, warships, and missiles? America must be ready because the oceans are watching. This confrontation was not just about 250 pirates in wooden skiffs, it was about the fragility of global security. The Gulf of Aden is one of the busiest shipping lanes on Earth, a lifeline for oil, food, and trade. If a small group of pirates armed with black market weapons could nearly cripple a U.S. Navy tanker, imagine the stakes when rival nations enter the equation with destroyers, submarines, and missiles. Every battle at sea echoes far beyond the horizon, shaping markets, politics, and the balance of power itself. For the U.S. Navy, the operation was both a victory and a warning. It proved that American resolve can crush any threat, but it also revealed just how determined, organized, and well-funded modern piracy has become. Intelligence gathered in this mission showed connections stretching from Africa to the Middle East and beyond, a shadow network with resources far greater than anyone expected. And in the age of hybrid warfare, pirates may only be the opening move of something much larger. As night once again fell over the Indian Ocean, sailors and commanders alike knew this fight was far from over, because tomorrow's threat may not come in fishing boats, but in stealth frigates or ballistic missiles launched from a hostile coast. The oceans remain a silent battlefield, and every ship, civilian or military, sails under that shadow. One truth is undeniable. The world is watching, the seas are restless, and history has shown that when America's power is challenged on open waters, the answer always comes swift and decisive. The only question left is, when the next storm rises, will the world be ready?